If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Terence Crawford recently shared his thoughts on Canelo Alvarez's newly released training footage. Known for his meticulous preparation, Crawford praised Canelo's intense routines, fueling excitement among boxing fans. His insights sparked anticipation for a potential future clash between the two champions, setting the stage for a showdown fans eagerly await. The highly anticipated super middleweight title bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 2025 during Mexican Independence Day weekend. Canelo will defend his WBC, WBA, and WBO belts against Crawford, who makes a bold leap from welterweight to 168 pounds in this thrilling showdown.
He went on the ring with Teddy Atlas.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez and
Más
popular, pero sin causa.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
In the May, I've read somewhere that Canelo has shortlisted Crawford for the May fight, his fight in May. Dan, what's happening?
Yeah, listen, I think it's just a fluid situation. I don't think there's anything definitive one way or the other at this point. I mean, it's not a secret that that's a fight that's been discussed by a lot of us and by a lot of people in the sport for quite a while. Certainly, it's a fight that Turki Al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia has shown a lot of interest in. And of course, if it's going to get made, someone's going to have to put up a lot of guaranteed money. And he's probably the person that's going to do it. He's obviously been working closely with Terence Crawford. He was involved with the Terence Crawford's last fight that took place in August when he fought Israel Madrimov. It's obviously a fight that Terence Crawford has been very vocal about wanting. Now, Canelo hasn't ever said he wanted the fight, kind of downplayed it to a certain degree. But it wasn't that long ago. I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, he was doing an appearance and he was asked about it and he didn't close the door on it. In the past, he sort of like closed the door on it and was like, I'm not interested. He's like, listen, I'll talk to anybody and listen to what they have to say about the deal, any kind of deal. So in my mind, that sort of at least cracked open the door to have the conversation. Like he wasn't just saying, forget it, in terms of working with Turkey or anybody else. So I think that Canelo is a smart person in terms of his boxing, but also in terms of his business. And when he looks around at the landscape and he wants to make a huge amount of money, like all top fighters or any fighter for that matter, and he looks and sees who can I fight where I can make the biggest score, in a big time fight.
Canelo Alvarez, celebrated for his power and tactical versatility, ranks among the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. Terence Crawford, a 4-division world champion, showcases exceptional speed, precision, and adaptability. This thrilling clash of styles has fans buzzing with excitement, as it promises to be one of the most anticipated and monumental boxing events of the year.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kobe. Then he moved up again and he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. It's a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it.
Canelo Alvarez, a dominant super middleweight with a 62-22 record, has excelled in higher weight classes. Known for his power, agility, and experience, he remains a formidable challenge for any opponent in the ring.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo Alvarez's latest training footage has electrified the boxing community ahead of his highly anticipated fight with Terence Crawford. The video reveals Canelo's intense preparation and dedication, showcasing his explosive power through rigorous strength and conditioning drills. His speed and precision shine as he executes lightning-fast combinations and sharp footwork. The footage also highlights his relentless focus on refining techniques, with countless hours spent hitting the heavy bag, shadowboxing, and working the mitts with his trainers. Fans are captivated by his unwavering commitment to peak performance.
Es esta, fíjate. Pam, 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 pam. Hun, hun, hun. Pam. Pam. Gancho. Hun, hun, hun. Pam. Hun, hun, hun. Digo. Hun, hun, hun. Eso. Hun, hun, hun. Hun, hun, hun. Eso.
Canelo Alvarez's dedication to his craft is undeniable as he prepares for one of boxing's most anticipated matchups. Fans and analysts eagerly await how his intense training will translate against the formidable Terence Crawford. Canelo's commitment to excellence and focus on bringing his best to the ring are evident in his preparation. His training footage has only heightened excitement and anticipation, adding to the buzz surrounding what promises to be an epic showdown in boxing history. Canelo Alvarez boasts an impressive record, with victories over many top contenders in boxing. His ability to excel across weight classes highlights his adaptability and exceptional talent. In the super middleweight division, Canelo's power sets him apart, making him a dominant force. His capacity to deliver devastating punches while enduring opponents' attacks establishes him as a highly formidable adversary.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
think? I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
In addition to his power, Canelo Alvarez's agility and ring intelligence set him apart. His exceptional head movement, defensive skills, and precise counterpunching make him a well-rounded fighter. Years of competing against elite opponents have sharpened his ability to adapt and strategize in the ring. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further cements his status as one of boxing's top-tier fighters.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Joe Rogan recently shared his insights on the highly anticipated fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford on Asterisk, the Joe Rogan Experience Asterisk. Rogan expressed why he believes Crawford might have the edge over Canelo, emphasizing Crawford's speed, diverse skill set, and strategic brilliance as crucial factors. He analyzed how their contrasting styles could clash in the ring, making the matchup even more compelling. Rogan's detailed breakdown has only fueled excitement, with fans eager to see if Crawford can overcome the formidable Canelo and pull off an upset. The fight promises to be a thrilling test of skill and strategy.
No, I'm saying at once.
Right.
I'm saying I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147 to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
Dan Rafael, a renowned boxing analyst, has shared his insights on the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez. He emphasized that this fight is one of the most highly anticipated in boxing, given both fighters' status as pound-for-pound stars. Rafael highlighted the significance of the matchup, calling it a true test of Crawford's ability to compete at the super middleweight level against a formidable opponent like Canelo.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford against nobody. You got to show me that you can beat him.
I would say to you that in terms of at least American boxing, or in this side of the world, Tyson, it's not like Tyson Fury and Joshua in the UK is still a huge fight. It doesn't mean a lot in the United States. Likewise, I don't think Canelo and Crawford is necessarily a huge fight in the UK, but here in the United States, it's probably the biggest fight that you could make of what's out there. He doesn't have a lot of guys in the super middleweight division that are going to be intriguing that much to the public, I don't think, right now. He's made it clear he's not interested to fight Benavidez. The Morrell fight was never even really a thing. Both of them have moved up. They're fighting each other on February 1st. And so if you put those guys out of the equation for the time being, and you figure Canelo's going to fight in May, I've actually heard rumblings that maybe he won't fight the May date, but he might go in June. But either way, he's going to be back, you know, in the first part of the year. And you ask yourself, okay, who's out there where you can make a score against, right? I mean, you know, I guess he could fight a top super middleweight contender. Like, I mean, I'm not saying this is the fight, but you look at the ratings, Christian Mbili is the undefeated WBC #1 contender.
World champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Terence Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo Alvarez's size and experience in higher weight classes give him the edge. Andrade predicts that Crawford may struggle against Canelo's power and agility, particularly in the super middleweight division. He emphasizes that for Crawford to effectively challenge Canelo, he would need to move up 2 weight classes, underscoring the importance of respecting weight divisions. While acknowledging Crawford's outstanding skills, Andrade ultimately gives Canelo the advantage in a hypothetical matchup, pointing out the challenges of stepping up in weight. Despite Crawford's potential, a fight between the two has not yet materialized.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
One of the major hurdles for Crawford would be moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo. Crawford previously moved to 154 pounds for his last fight, securing a decision victory over Israel Madrimov. However, stepping up to super middleweight would mean facing much larger and stronger opponents.
Can't look forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Having recently moved up to 154 pounds, Crawford won the WBO interim super welterweight title, but he appeared to lack the staying power he showed at 147 ohms. Moving up to super middleweight to face Canelo would be a significant leap, with challenges including adjusting to the increased power and physicality of larger opponents. While Crawford's technique and skill are exceptional, questions remain about whether his power and durability will effectively translate to the super middleweight division, where he would face stronger and more formidable adversaries.
You go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo, 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights, where he's still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness, but I mean he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Teddy Atlas discusses the difficulty Canelo Alvarez may face in trying to make 160 ohms, an ideal weight for Crawford. Atlas notes that Canelo would likely be unwilling to drop to 160, especially at this stage of his career, where his focus is on higher weight divisions.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on the upcoming showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Can Crawford overcome the challenges of moving up in weight to face Canelo, or will Canelo's experience and power prevail? Share your predictions, opinions, and insights in the comments below.